So you can come here to our old Google Classroom, and you're going to open up the Clean Melon in Photopea. Just to repeat, the steps that we've taken are steps to make a selection, right? If your screen is really small, like mine is right now, you can go to the zoom tool. The zoom tool's at the bottom, and you just click and zoom, or when you're on the zoom tool, you can click fit the area. You are going to use the selection tools, and the tools that we have available are the marquee tools, the lasso tools, you have your magic wand, you have your quick selection tool, okay? And those are pretty much the only tools you'll need for this particular lesson. Everything right now is on one layer, and that's your background layer. That's where all your selections have to come from. However, if you want to make copies of something and you're on your Chromebook, you have to actually copy the selection, and you do that by pressing Command J. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to use my elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to select part of the kiwi. And to make a copy of it, you press on the Mac, Command J. On your Chromebook, it's Control J. And when you look at your layers palette, you can see that a new layer's been made. When it duplicates it, it puts that copy exactly where the original was. So this can be an eye. If I want to make another eye, I would do the same thing. Command J or Control J. And then I can move it over. That gives me two layers. If I want to keep all my layers separate, I can, but I would rename them. I could call this I. I could call this I2 if I want, so I know what every layer is. I can also select those two layers. Select the I layer, and I press and hold Shift and select the other I layer, and I can merge them. Then those two layers become one layer. And now watch, when I go to move it, the eyes move together. But now I want to select this little radish. Well, I have to go back to the background layer to select it. But my marquee tool isn't really a good selection tool for selecting the radish, right? That's not going to work. So you're going to have to choose a different tool. Your magnetic lasso would work okay. You know, you could click on that. Or you can go to your quick selection tool or your magic wand. You'll figure out what tool works best. Once you find that tool, you select from the background layer, you move it where you want to move it. If you want copies of it, it's Command or Control J. There's a copy. Command or Control J. There's a copy. Command or Control J. There's a copy. And every copy is made. When you have all these copies, all you have to do is go to that different layer and you can move it. Go to this layer, move this one. So you can have all of these on different layers, and if you go to the correct layer, you'll move the right one, right? So how do I get to this guy? The other thing you can do is you can click here when you're on the move tool to auto select, and it'll automatically bring you to whatever layer you click on. So that's an option too. So you guys are going to select using the selection tools. If you need to duplicate a layer, you can press Command J. I don't like all these layers that I just made, so I can throw them in the little trash can here at the bottom, or I can go here to my history tool and go up in the steps, and it'll undo the last steps I made. So that's an option for you guys also. So I want you to play around. You're going to save this to your Google Drive. So you opened it. Now what you guys would have to do, File, Save As, right? You're going to save it as a PSD. It's going to be down here at the bottom. And then you would open it in Finder. Make sure the name is whatever you want to name it. Okay? So you're going to play around with that and make your own Melon Person.